Doctor Who is dead, and politically correct idiots killed it. Okay, that's video. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. It's not the video. Like they absolutely ruined Doctor Who. It is ruined. It is weird. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's gone. It's dead. It's dead. So they had two new episodes. They've got the lowest viewership ever. Like I don't think hardly anyone showed up. Just probably the small select group of woke mobs, ideologists. So yeah, Doctor Who's newest villain might drive some viewers away. Good riddance, and it did. This was before the episode came out, I think, and people are like, "No, fuck this, no, nope, no, it's dead." So this is the God, what is this character? The well, hell, I can't even remember their name now because that's how out of it I am. Make sure you get sleep, kids. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. The maestro. So this is the maestro, and the maestro was supposed to be a dude, but they literally got a trans person to play them, and then oh no, then this plays out. Keep in mind I have to pause it periodically.
Henry, get away from him. Them. What? Me. What? I'm them. You're who? You're who? Nice.
Oh, so yeah, that's the maestro. Um, they just had an argument about pronouns. That is where we're at. We are to where there is now characters arguing over pronouns. Yeah, it was like, get away from him. She goes, them. And they made like a joke about it.
To see you again, kiddo. You know each other.
That's my daddy.
That's your daddy. That's your pops. Okay, but they just said that they are them and probably a they. They didn't say that they're a dude. So they're your dad. I I'm at a complete fucking loss. But yes, this is supposed to be the Maestro. I think the Maestro is an old Doctor Who villain. Keep in mind they had Neil Patrick Harris uh, play the toy maker, and that was okay. That was fine. It was weird. It was quirky. That was fine. Uh, but then they're having this trans person play the Maestro, which is a villain, and oh God. In other words, don't criticize, just consume. No thanks. I'd rather not soak up the stench from the rotting corpse of a once great series. And no amount of pandering to tasteless quizzlings will change that. Doctor Who is dead. Yeah.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products. Don't ask questions.
Yeah. No. 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 You don't get to ruin something and make it weird. And I mean the wrong kind of weird, that is to say. I mean, Doctor Who's always been kind of bizarre, but this is like nobody cares to being preached about weird stuff like this. I hoped for better when Russell T Davis or Davies, however you say his name, came back. I thought he would right the ship and fix everything. No, it's just more, if not worse. It's more, if not worse. And I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, aggravated, tired of it. What has happened? What is going on? So yeah, this is like the dear me, what a flaccid showing. I suspect that quote fans watched the midnight broadcast and Joe Public hardly watched it all. The only conclusion I can draw from this is Doctor Who, rest in peace. Doctor Who is dead. 24, that's the accumulator. Doctor Who was like how many people showed up and watched. So there were two of them. There was Space Babies and I can't remember what the other one was. It kind of sucked. The message of make women have babies, then don't support them is absurd and cringe. The U.S. spends upwards of $2 trillion dollars a year in social welfare every year, or 10% of the entire economy, to support women and their kids, which is way more than other countries do. From what I understand, Japan doesn't even want to do that. They don't want to help mothers. I might be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I have been wrong before. And I'm just saying I've heard not good things. That's why they're struggling to keep their population going over there. This is just so sad and confusing. Um, Being called a Nazi, a bigot, homophobe, and racist. Sure, I'm missing a couple. Just wanted to say thanks to the people that helped get me here. It's been a long, hard road. Long and hard. Long, hard road. But it's just nice to finally get some recognition, you know? Doctor Who, rest in peace, Doctor Who. So I don't know who this fella is. I just know that I watched it and I hated it and the storytelling was like so terrible. I thought Russell T Davis was better than this, but aside from the storytelling just being absolute hot garbage and the added addition of these ideological weirdness. I don't remember the maestro looking anything like this. Oh my god, like what is happening here? Um, Doctor Who should have ended with Peter Capaldi, but instead you insisted on driving it into the ground. What a sad way to end a once great legacy. Rest in peace, Doctor Who. I wish they wouldn't have ruined the Time Lord origin lore. Yeah, I wish they hadn't have done that either. Uh, but okay, yeah. So I grew up with this show, and I skipped out over everything having to do um with Chip. What was his name? David Chibnall. Was it David Chibnall? I can't remember his Chibnall. I, or as I kept calling him, Chin Balls. I kept just not paying attention. I watched like the first two episodes of that particular Doctor's season, and I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it. I hated it so much. It was bad. I got through the first episode, couldn't get through the second episode. And I would come back every now and then and take a quick look see, and it was bad. It was very, 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 very bad. It was some of the worst things I've ever seen. I don't know what to think about this anymore. I have to question and wonder who is the target audience anymore. Because let's be real. Most people that would be into Doctor Who are what I like to call normal people. They're a majority. That goes with any sort of form of entertainment. A lot of people are either somewhere in the middle or they are more to the right. They are not far left sympathizers. They don't like this extremist sort of agenda stuff. I really hate what my channel is becoming, but we're going to go with it. Um, I know I sound like I sympathize with the far right. I do not. I've said that before and I'll keep saying it, but at the same time, I can't help but call it out where I see it. It's not entertaining, it's not cool, it's not fun. It's just the demise of once wonderful franchise, a once wonderful staple in sci-fi fantasy. It's gone. It's gone. It's dying. It's it's over. And you know what? That's okay. I'm gonna pretend like when Peter Capaldi his run was the last run. The series died with him as the Doctor. He didn't. The way I see it, he never regenerated. That was the end of the Doctor. It was a good long run. Now it's over. Being a little melodramatic, or am I? I think it's appropriate. Something I used to love is just garbage now. It's in the ground, it's trash. And a lot of people aren't willing to admit what caused it. They're never going to admit what caused it. They're never going to sit there and admit, okay, yeah, it's the messaging that we're putting into things. It's this extremely left ideology or ideological sickness. Again, if it was far right, I'd have the same complaints. It would I don't want that. I don't want the weird politics in my shit. I'm tired of the weird politics being in my shit. I can't be the only one who feels this way. I can't be the only one who's tired of the extreme sort of leftist agenda sort of stuff being stuck in there. And again, if it was right, I would have the same issues. I don't know how many times I have to beat this in because I don't want people thinking that I'm going to be one of those YouTubers who just completely leans into that kind of crap because I'm not. I just want quality things again, and I don't want the weirdness anymore. I mean, Marvel's struggling because of it. We're going to see how Deadpool and Wolverine does. Hopefully not bad. Hopefully Deadpool and Wolverine kick ass. Hopefully that movie kicks ass and it'll send a clear message to Disney and Marvel Studios that that's what needs to be. That you need to move away from the woke when all these other Marvel movies have failed miserably. And then of course we have the Disney Bob Iger. He was like, "Oh, well, what we need to do is refocus on less quantity, more quality. That's the problem. The problem is we're just putting out stuff that isn't the right. No, the problem is that you're putting out a lot of stuff with an agenda with weird stuff nobody can relate to in it. Nobody can relate to trans stuff. Nobody can relate to any of that kind of stuff. All right. If you want that kind of stuff, do something original. Get away from that. Tell your original stories of original characters. Stop gender swapping and race swapping and all this other laziness and telling terrible stories and whatnot. Just stop it because you're going to keep losing money because most people don't care about that stuff. And it's the honest truth. It's, again, I hate calling everybody else normal, but that's the long and short of it is that a lot of people who are normal are not showing up and they're not going to show up and they're going to continue to not show up and people are going to continue to keep their distance. Something has to give, something has to change, somebody has to do something. I don't know. I think a lot of industries are just going to die. Doctor Who is the latest example. It's dead. Doctor Who is dead. That's this video. This video is Doctor Who is dead. Go about your business. Look for something else to enjoy in life. Doctor Who is dead. Nothing to see here. Let it die. Let it fester. Don't watch it. Just don't fucking watch it. Let it die. It's a dead show. It's dead. Along with so many other things we love. But that's okay because the older episodes are still there for us to enjoy. We can go back and watch older Doctor Who, unless they take that away, which will piss people off. But otherwise, yeah, it's out there. You can still go watch it. That's what I do. I still go back and watch stuff. I go back to old video games. I go back to old television shows, old cartoons, all of it. Why do you think so many people are excited for the new cartoons, the new Me TV tunes? Because it's that classic stuff. It's well made stuff. It's stuff that's well made and not politically driven. I am a crooked man. That's why when I put my arms like this, it's off like this. Has nothing to do with the video. Just kind of want to point that out. I'm a crooked man with a messed up back. That's why I sit funny like this, and that's why I look funny and hunched over like a goblin. Because I am not a well man. I have a messed up body and a messed up back, and it hurts. It cracks. It's cracking even now. I can feel it snapping and whatnot and grinding. Oh. Hopefully this is a shorter video for people. I'm really sorry to all the Whovians out there, all the true fans, the long-term fans who have been fans for many, many years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that our once loved uh, universe or fantasy setting and everything or whatever, a much beloved franchise is basically dead. And I'm sorry. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.